behind the velvet rope. We are starting to record 25 minutes late, and she is not happy with me, but it's the one, the only Sarah Fraser.
Hi, Mr. Yontif. Yeah, 25 minutes late.
Listen,
I have other things to do beside you in my life. Hello.
I know. I had to deal with
what?
All this stuff with ABC. I have signed contracts with ABC and news, and I have to promote the Randall Scandal, or I'm going to lose my future with the ABC. So I had to do a lot of press today myself. I'm sorry to tell you, but I am sometimes in the, some.
It's called the release form. What press have you been doing aside from your own? Now, by the way, you were very good at the documentary, but sweetie, all they want is you to sign away your life. What else did they make you sign?
Darling, a couple publications wanted an intro. Really, I've done some. I don't like to rate A-list, B-list, but I've done some smaller publications, reached out and wanted to speak to me about my experience with Mr. Emmett. Truly. So I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I was like saying, and then Jill Zarin called. So I had to say, like, Sarah's waiting, and Sarah did not seem to care. So here I am, Sarah. Here I am.
Sorry. I'm having you know what? I'm irritated today. I was robbed.
Excuse me?
Yes, this is the second time living in Los Angeles. You want to know what it's like living in Los Angeles? Get ready to be vandalized and theftalized all the fucking time, and no one gives a rip. This is the second time in 1 year that someone has stolen something from my family. First of all, a year ago when I first moved here, my sweet mother-in-law, who, by the way, is a criminal defense attorney herself, comes here, is at the Grove having a sandwich. Someone goes into her purse, steals 5 credit cards, all her cash, goes to the Apple store. Credit cards get rejected once. Suddenly, they all go through and buys $22,000 in merch. Now, it was on a credit card, so luckily she got that money back, right? But the nightmare of trying to do all that. Then, this past weekend, in my own building that I live here, over $200 in clothing and package items stolen. They cut open the packages, they take your stuff, and they leave. And I'm so fired up today. I'm so irritated. Because you know what my own neighbors say to me? This is the insanity of what's going on. You've got me going, and then we'll get on the Randall Scandal.
They blame
my neighbor
you.
said, yes. This is where we're at in society, folks. My neighbors say to me, well, you know, here in LA, SNAP programs have ended, which is $300 for people who are, you know, misfortuned. And so people are really desperate. Okay, well, that's terrible. And we should provide for people who can't do it. But what the fuck does that have to do with people coming in, breaking into our building? And I'm not the only one. A neighbor had her laptop stolen and a backpack stolen out of her car. We've had in our building, by the way, if you're wondering, if you're thinking, where does this bitch live in LA? In a nice neighborhood. We had somebody
which we're not allowed to say. We've learned.
Thank you. This is why. Probably they heard on Behind the Velvet Ropes and the Sarah Fraser show. They're like, oh, this bitch, like, she's got some shoes. Somebody put a ladder to a second floor balcony here and stole 2 bikes. And our neighbor, everybody here is like, my other neighbor's like, oh, bummer. You know what? We should start a program where if you see a box of each other's, we'll just pick it up. And I'm like, no, you guys, like, this isn't, how about demanding our building have security?
So
cameras.
There's no doorman, there's no cameras.
No. And none of our neighbors are concerned. They're all like, well, you know, people are really getting desperate. It's really hard times. Okay, well, guess what? I'm not Jeff fucking Bezos, okay? When I'm Jeff, no problem. Shoes on me. But, you know, I'm out here working my ass off, waiting on David for 30 minutes to do a goddamn podcast to pay my bills. Meanwhile, I don't even know how you get your shit back. My neighbor's like, I think they'll just send you another pair of shoes. I'm like, no, I don't think it works that way. Like, supposedly,
if you've received them.
Thank you.
I mean, I wouldn't think so.
Credit card theft protection. Anyway, I'm sorry, everyone. I had to rant because I can't believe I'm like blown away in our society, at least in Los Angeles. It's always the person who's violated. It's always their fault here. Always. Don't even get me started, Mr. Yantip.
You're scaring me. You're scaring me. I'm coming back to Los Angeles.
In a building that has a doorman and has somebody like 24/7 security, which is where I need to end up being. But
That's
I'd save
why I
money.
talk about all my whereabouts. I guess you're right. I guess I take for granted that people have these things. And so you're just making me feel awful about my privilege, which isn't really a privilege.
Oh
I've
my God,
worked
don't.
for every
No,
penny. But okay, David, I don't know how you're turning this into be about you. I'm very sorry that this has happened.
No, you shouldn't take this on as any privilege. Nobody, this shouldn't be happening to anybody, anywhere, in any building, period. I'm sorry. Two things can exist. We can have programs that absolutely help people out, and we can prosecute people who steal. Hello. And we can demand that our buildings have tougher security. This isn't
Guess
one
what?
or the other.
Guess what?
I'm irritated with the mindset here. Go on.
You want to hear something that's going to make because, apparently I come on here and I actually want to get people to hate me. Do you know what? You're going to be shocked. I have very conservative views on programs that help people out. So let's not even go there. Because my views are really very conservative on the matter. And
you're like, shut that damn SNAP program off. They don't need a goddamn dime. I love it.
I am from the Kim Kardashian school of get up and figure it out and work.
Not everybody can mentally, and single mothers, they can't, they need help. We are the richest country in the world. There are tons of programs. People deserve that. They need WIC. They need these programs, but that ain't any damn excuse. It's not, here at CVS and Targets here, you go and help yourself. They don't, because of course the people working there shouldn't put themselves in danger, but they don't prosecute anybody here.
Let me tell you something.
Fucking nuts.
I have to say, in all seriousness, the drugstores in Los Angeles, yes, they're a very scary place, people. Believe it. I have not gone into a single drugstore in Los Angeles in the past time since I've moved there without hearing a manager screaming at someone to please stop. And I think the person's usually running out the door. But you know what, Sarah? Do you know why they did this to you? Do you know why they did this to you? Because you have had a cameo in the one, the only, the Randall Scandal, Love, Lies, and Vanderpump. Did you see yourself on the screen talking to me on the
Wait,
Zoom?
no, I didn't get there. I'm all the way through. What is it? 3 parts. I'm all the way through.
It's
part
an hour
1
and a half.
Actually, I think I'm almost to the end. So I think I'm almost probably seeing our scene, but I have seen you, my dear friend. You look fantastic. You're killing it. And I learned a lot about Randall because as you all know, I am a new fan to Vanderpump, and I honestly just didn't care much about anything to do with Vanderpump. So I learned a lot. I had no idea. I didn't realize that Randall produced The Irishman. And by the way, I'm of Irish. Like I loved that. It was like 3 hours on Netflix or whatever by Martin Scorsese. I'm a huge Scorsese fan. I didn't realize. The guy is like super legit. I had no idea. I learned a lot in this documentary.
Randall was the king of the geezer teaser. That's what they called it. He would find Bruce Willis and Stevens. He would find the older action heroes that